Hi, this is Roman Hamza, and this is another video part of the Windows 2 video tutorial series. In this video, I'll introduce the CMS File Manager, which is the central repository holding all digital assets used within a website. Although the system has various ways to manage files, such as the Manage Files grid right here on the dashboard, or respective file asset managers available from each web editor, there is one interface devoted solely for managing your files and folders that contain them. To access, we can navigate to the File Manager node from the CMS menu tree. That's located here within our Manage Content section, and to access it, all I need to do is click on that File Manager node. Once I click, the File Manager interface will load here within our main area within the content management system. As always, I can collapse any of these dashboard scrollers for more viewing space. Starting from the top, we can see that the assets are broken up in their own respective categories. Starting here on the left, we have images, which we're toggled to by default. We have a section for Flash. That's going to hold your FLV and SWF objects. Here we have a media section, which is for all your web-friendly video formats, your MOVs, your M4Vs, anything that's basically going to play as an online web video format. Here we have our document section, which will hold our Word documents, our PDFs, our Excel documents. And finally, here we have something designated just for include files. Now, we've covered includes in other videos, but basically what it is you can just take a simple piece of HTML or possibly a script, load it into an editor, save it, and then that file can be included into any part of a web page or template and can be used over and over again. Again, the advantage there is you only have to change that file once, and anywhere that file is used will reflect those changes. There's also two other items here that are a little different than these first five, and we'll get to those later. Toggling back over to images, we'll notice, and this is the case for really all these items, these first five that we covered, that the first item we notice on the very left is a folder set. We have public images, template object images, and Waves 2 images. Now, the reason for these three different folders is they each have a specific functionality. Starting with public images, that's really where you want to place images that will be handled for any website within your content management system. Now, the reason we say any website is because Waves 2U has the capability of powering multiple websites. So say you have 5 websites running and certain images need to be used across all websites, here's where you want to upload those files. Next is our template object images. Here's where you want to upload any image that's going to be living within a website template. Finally, we have specific website folders. For every website within your content management deployment of Waves 2, we'll create one specific folder which has the website name _ images. So if we had 10 websites, theoretically we'd have 10 folders, each of them prefixed with the website name. Any image that's uploaded within these specific website folders can only be used on that specific website. Now here, when I open this up, you can see that we have certain subfolders and subfolders. We have the ability of categorizing all of our folder sets. And the way we can do that is by right-clicking and clicking New Folder. That enables us to create a new folder in this particular section. As soon as I create my new folder, I can call this anything I want. I may call this sample images, for example. And as soon as I create it, I can click on it, and that particular folder's contents will be loaded within this grid. Now that's the case for all of these folders. So if I want to view all of the images within my public images folder, I can click there and those images will be loaded here. Now notice this is only showing 5 items and I could paginate using my scroller here, but there's really a total of 135 items that should be shown here. One thing to keep in mind as far as the folders go is that unlike traditional folder structures, each parent folder also has contents. So it's not that public images only has all these subfolders. It has all these subfolders and it has objects within it itself. Once this grid is loaded, we can search for a particular image using our search field. Of course, we always have this filter that lets us search by the particular filters available for that grid. Here, when we're viewing a particular image, we can hover over it to see a little thumbnail of that image. We also see the type of image and the dimensions. I have the ability of replacing the thumbnail of this image. Anytime we upload an image through this file manager, we automatically create a thumbnail which can be used in certain widgets and certain sections of the website. We also have the ability of downloading and replacing this file directly using these two buttons. If we hover over this eye icon, we get some more information about this particular file. Again, we can see the type and size, the dimensions of the file. We can see the user who last updated it and when that was. Finally, we see the path of this image. There's also something really useful down here, which is the usage of this particular file. Anywhere this image is used, we're listing those pages, so you can quickly hop over using this link to that page and see what that image is used for. Finally, we have an option here to include or exclude this particular item from search. For example, you may have a sensitive Word document that's used on a password protective search. You don't want your site users to see that file and be able to download it when they search. So by doing this, we can toggle an item and make sure it never shows up in the search results. If we want to upload a new image to this set, we can click on this Add tool, and a new window will pop up for us. Notice we have one field which we can click into and upload any new file. This is going to load my local system, and I can just go to, say, a pictures folder and choose any image. If we want, we also have the ability to add multiple items. I can add, say, 5 different fields and upload 5 items at once. If I leave any of these fields blank, that's okay. The system will understand that nothing was uploaded there. You don't really have to remove them, but you also could. One thing to note here is the overwrite if file exists option. If this file already exists in that folder with the same name, you're going to want to overwrite it. If you don't choose this option, the system will prevent you from uploading this file and tell you that an image with the same name already exists. If you're ever wondering what file types you can upload for a particular folder set, you can see those file extensions listed down here. We also show the maximum file size allowed, which is 100 megabytes. Once we're ready, we can click on Upload, and this little module will show us the process of the upload as it goes through. As soon as an image or any object in that matter is uploaded, it's going to be the first item listed at the very top of the grid. Once it finishes uploading, we'll see that it's available here. We can again preview this image as we did with the other and act upon it as I showed you with these other files that were existing there. A couple other options here are to delete files. If we wanted to, we could select multiple items here in this grid and use our delete tool to get rid of them. We can also close the file manager using this close icon. We can click here to get some help, or if we needed to, we can refresh the grid altogether by clicking this refresh icon. Now, as I go through these other tabs, for example, we could toggle over the documents, you can see that the interface is really exactly the same, and so are all of the options. In some cases, there are certain options that are very unique to a particular asset. For example, in the Documents tab, we have the ability to use an audit trail so that we can see which files were checked out at what time. If a file is checked out, it's locked temporarily. It must be checked back in with the same user before it can be used again. We also have the ability to assign user rights for a particular document. So again, conventions hold true. We can create new folders and check folders the same way as we did before. We can act upon items the same, but really the conventions hold true between all of these first 5 object types. As far as custom objects goes, these are items that we want to upload onto the site in a particular folder, but we want to make sure that when the site publishes, again, we have always a stage site and a live site, and any object uploaded here will first be on the CMS and stage site and needs to be published to the live site. So in the case that we have a custom object and we want to make sure it's on the live site but not deleted when a publish occurs, we can upload that asset here. A couple minutes ago, I also showed you when uploading, we show what type of files are accepted. We've set up the presets already for you, but if there's ever a case that you have a strange file, a new file type that we didn't know about, something that just came out, and you need to add that as an extension to your images or documents or video type, you can always come here and click on Add. First, it's going to ask you to select the object type. We may say media since the video, and then you click a dot and add the file type extension. For example, a new file type may come out that's XGH. If you need to add that and allow the system to let you upload, you can just click there, add the file type, click Save, and the system will extend that for you. Last item I want to talk about here in the File Manager is our View Gallery mode. So far, we've been toggled on View List, seeing all items in a create format. If we want, we could hop over to View Gallery, and this is a friendlier way of browsing through, especially when it comes to our images. You can see that we have a scrolling option here. When we hover over any image, we can click on it and see it loaded within this interface. The details will also load. And something that's unique here is we have the ability to edit and tag this particular images with certain keywords, which will later let us search the file manager based on those particular tags. So this covers most of the file manager as far as this interface goes. Again, there's several other areas of the CMS which have been covered in other videos, which lets you manage files, whether it's uploading, editing, or adding files to a web page. But as far as this interface goes, this is really where you're able to manage all of your assets within Waves 2 content management system.